Top of the day, beautiful people. Top of the day. Betwabu, Betwabu. Y'all, I did not realize how much energy we use when we talk. I started feeling it yesterday. TT, hey girl, hey. Hopefully I don't read too slow today. Like seriously. I think my body is in like ketosis state. Or it probably has been maybe since yesterday. Now it's starting to pull within, so I have to really be careful and conserve my energy. Like I had a big boost of energy like the last couple of days, you know. Alright, so but if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm doing like a 40-day fast, right? Not really for spiritual things, but I decided I wanted to do a 40-day fast before I before I turn 41. So I wanted to do a 40-day fast while in my 40th year. So 40 doing 40, right? But really main reason why I really wanted to reset my body. And I know spiritual things going to happen just because I'm fasting or whatever, and I read the Bible every day, so I know that that's going to happen anyway. But that wasn't my main focus. My main focus was really to reset my body and stuff, and just, you know, when I started refeeding my body, going to like a green juice, fasting to raw foods, and, you know, just really resetting the tone of my body because I'm getting older. Got to make sure I'm taking care of it. But I realized yesterday how much strength, how much energy we actually use to talk. So if you see me talking just a little bit slow, that's why. You know, I don't know. I may not move that slow, but after this, I gotta go chill out. Like I really gotta, until my energy kicks back in about a day or two. So this Shabbat, like I'm really gonna just like chill, like really be planted on one spot. Like seriously, y'all. Okay. So with that being said, I did have the dreams are still, they're just going. But I did have one dream that disturbed me last night. I don't know who this little boy was, but I prayed for him not too long ago. But it was, I know it was real. I ain't gonna get into it. It was a situation where he was being abused, but he was being abused by a woman who was trusted by family members, and she was a professional woman, you know. So I prayed for him, like, Father, I don't know who this little boy is. I don't know if this has happened or if this is about to happen, but it seemed like in my dream that it had only taken place a couple times. So prayerfully, I hope this was a dream where I'm seeing into a possible outcome in the future where it could be prevented by my prayers or whoever prayers or whatever, you know. Yes, baby. Okay, give me a minute. Let me do this first and I give you one. Okay, go in there and sit with Josh. Because a lot of times I get warnings in my dreams, you know. So, and I truly believe this was one of them, you know. But okay, y'all. Let me go ahead and start reading. I didn't tell you today. It's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. Friday, February the 21st, 2020. We are on day 78, year 2, and since Ruth only has 4 chapters and we read 3 a day and the 4th one is not that long, we're just going to read all of Ruth like we did last time. So we're going to read 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who this woman? Okay. Hopper, who this woman? Watch out, Tootie. Oh, gosh, girl. You got oh, my gosh. You got these boots on. Want me to pull them off. Okay, look, come on. Give me the foot. Come on.
Oh, wow.
She got me doing stuff. I'm trying to conserve her energy, girl, baby. All right. Ruth, chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man, Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech. Was it Elimelech? Yeah, Elimelech. And the name of his wife, Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came to the country of Moab and continued there. Betwabu, Trina, Betwabu. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. and they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died, also both of them, and the woman was left and her 2 sons and her husband. And the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how Yahuwah had visited his people and given them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return into the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each into her mother's house. Yahuwah deal kindly with you as ye have dwelt with the dead and with me. Yahuwah also grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have a husband. If I should say I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them until they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of Yahuwah is going out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is going back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou didst will I die, and there will I be buried. And Yahuwah do so to me, and more also, if I ought, but death part thee and me. And when she said that, she was steadfastly minded to go with her. Then she left, speaking unto her. So they too went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dwelt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and Yahuwah hath brought me home again empty. Why then ye call me Naomi, seeing Yahuwah have testified against me, and the Almighty have afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess and her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of the barley harvest. Ruth chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, Now let me go into the field and glean ears of corn after him, in the sight whom I shall find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahuwah be with you. And they answered him, Yahuwah bless thee. Then Boaz said unto his servants that were set over the reapers, Whose damsel is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabitess damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and she continued even from the morning unto now, and she have tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from thence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they should not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go into thy vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself. All right, babe, drive safe. All right, y'all picking up the stuff today?
Picking it up or dropping it?
The chest.
Yeah, I should.
Oh.
If not today, tomorrow.
Okay, just whatever. All right, love you too. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground, and she said unto him, Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? What you say, sure? You did the motion of your, what you call it? Like you was thinking. I was asking James about the chest that he was going to pick up. I think that's why you did it. You at the house. And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and thou hast left thy father and thy mother in the land of thy nativity, and thou art come into a people which thou knewest not heretofore. Oh, look, the job for today, I'm sorry, y'all. The job for today was canceled for the SEC, but they're still delivering the furniture, so they literally, maybe they're going to drive up there, put it in a penthouse, and drive back to the warehouse. So they ain't really working. They just dropping off the furniture. That's it. Yahuwah recompense thy work, and a full reward be given to thee of Yahuwah, the God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Yeah, girl, they ain't gonna leave you out of work. You know that. James trusts you more than he trusts them. Then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaiden, though I be not like unto one of thy handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come thou hither, and eat of thy bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let fall some also of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw that she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave unto her, and had reserved that she had reserved after she was sufficed. Get down. And her mother-in-law said unto her, What hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law. No, you gotta wait a minute, Bella. Hold on. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And girl, stop. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of Yahuwah, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near kin unto us. He is one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabitess said, He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is good, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Ruth chapter 3. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall not I rest for thee? Shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he will now with barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man until he has done eating, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be when he lieth down, yes, baby, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie. Tootie, can you wait like 3 minutes? I'll be done in like 3 minutes. Wait a minute. Guys, hold on. She gonna just bug me. Let me get this for her right. Wait. Give me that. Take that. Okay. No, you don't need to get one for everybody. If they want one, they can come get one. No, if you want one, he can come get it himself. Okay, sorry, y'all. And it shall be when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, all that thou sayest unto me I will do. And she went down unto the floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, who art thou? And she said, I am Ruth, thy handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. And he said, blessed be thou of Yahuwah, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou hast followed not young men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou hast requirest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman, howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning, that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then I will do the part of a kinsman unto thee. As Yahuwah liveth, lie down until the morning. And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and said unto her, and laid it on her, and she went into the city. And when she came into her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done unto her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. Last chapter, y'all. Ruth chapter 4. Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat him down there, and behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz came by, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down, and he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know, for there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to myself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in the former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and said, this is a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. Yahuwah make the woman that is coming to thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which Yahuwah shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, Yahuwah gave her conception, and she bare a son. And and the woman said unto Naomi, blessed be Yahuwah, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher in I'm sorry, y'all. I'm moving too fast. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine own age, for thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, have borne a son. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the woman, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi, and they call his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron. Hezron begat Ram. Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahshon. And Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. That was Ruth chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was the entire book. It is only 4 chapters. So tomorrow we will start in the first book of Samuel. I love the book of Samuel. I really like all the books. So you hear me say that about a lot of them because I really do. And I love the principles that lie therein. If you can see them. If you can see beyond the stories that are being told to us. All right, y'all. With that being said, it is Friday. It is preparation day. Get ready to rest on the Sabbath. I am going to completely rest. I probably won't lay in the bed all day. But, get up. Whatever. But I'm going to be lounging around all day long. Seriously. All right, y'all. So with that being said, it is Friday, February the 21st, 2020. Why did you do that? Don't hit her. She can follow you.
Mommy does.
All right, y'all. So with that being said, let me go ahead and read this, but they getting started already. I'm going to go ahead and bless y'all so we can get out of here. So y'all can get about your day. May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and be gracious unto us. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you I won't see you in the morning. I'll see you Sunday morning. Peace.